Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As 2020 comes to a close, I wanted to go through 10 of the best updates in RuneScape 3 for the year of 2020. Of course, this is going to be partly my opinion, so do keep that in mind. But in my opinion, these are going to be the 10 best, and I am going to be ranking them from 10 down to number 1. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more RuneScape 3 content. And let's get into it. Starting off at number 10, we have the mining and smithing changes that they did make on February 3rd of 2020. So this is essentially just some fixes to the mining smithing rework, which they did do a few years prior. Now, first off, the mining changes, they made it so that stamina is more relevant. So essentially, they changed it from 80% damage to the rock that you're mining when your stamina is at 0, and then after the update they changed it to 20%. So they made it so when you are actively mining, you will get a lot more ores. This is really important because it did increase the prices of ores as well as the prices of stone spirits, and stone spirits obviously has been a major issue with the PvM and bossing community because it is a really low priced drop on a lot of the boss tables, so this was able to help with that and increase the price of those. The smithing changes is probably the better part of this update. It made it so when you do disassemble, for example, an Elder Rune +2 item, you will get extra components. So depending on the level of the armor that you are disassembling, you will be able to get more invention components. So after this update, each bar used to smith an item will be worth 4 invention components. Moving on to number 9, we have construction contracts, which was added on November 16th of 2020. Essentially, construction contracts is a new way to train construction. This was really needed because construction is a pretty slow and boring skill. It's really repetitive as there's just a few methods, which is the best XP per hour. So adding this is a nice change, gives you another way to train the skill, which can be a little bit more exciting. There's also some really good rewards along with it. You can get the elite skilling outfit for construction, as well as some plank boxes and stuff like that. So it is really helpful with the construction skill, and the XP per hour is also pretty decent. And it also is a semi-AFK method, which is kind of nice as well. Moving on to number 8, we have the Orthen Digsite, which was an expansion onto Archaeology, which is the new skill that was released. This expansion was released on October 6th of 2020, and essentially it aimed to fill the gaps between level 90 and 120 Archaeology. It also gave you more power for the monolith, so you could add an extra relic, which was also really nice. This update really did complete the Archaeology skill though, which was really needed because those higher levels, there was a little bit of a gap in between there, so the Orthen Digsite was able to fill that really nicely. There were also a few new Archaeology relics which were added with this update, as well as some skilling offhands, which does help smithing and crafting. They also did release some new potions along with the Orthen Digsite, including the Holy Aggro Overload Summoning Renewal, Archaeology Potion, Power Burst of Opportunity, and the Spirit Attraction Potion. Next up at number 7, we have the Effigy Incubator D&D, which was added on September 8th of 2020. So this was a brand new monthly D&D which was added to the game. It was a really nice higher level D&D that you can do to train a lot of different gathering skills, including cooking, fishing, mining, hunter, woodcutting, runecrafting, farming, as well as cooking. So this D&D was a pretty nice addition to the game. It gave you another way to train those skills, and also, of course, gave us another D&D to do. Moving on to number 6, we have the Repairable T92 Armour, being the Elite Serenic Armor as well as the Elite Tectonic Armor, and this was added on the 29th of June of 2020. So before this, you couldn't actually repair your Tier 92 armor. So this was a pretty massive update, a really nice quality of life update for these two armors, and basically made it so they were finally worth it. Before this update, the repair cost for these armors were just way too high, so essentially they made a repair patch which is able to repair tier 92 Serenic and Tectonic armors at a pretty reasonable cost. So this was a pretty great update. It also made it so these armors were not actually degradable in elite dungeons, which was another really great addition, and it makes these armors a really viable option as of this update. Moving on to number 5, we have the Desparate Measures quest. This quest was added at the end of July of 2020, and this quest actually is a continuation of the Desperate Times quest, so it does continue off of that storyline. It does also have a lot to do with the Orthen Digsite, does tie into that, as well as Raksha and just basically the Anachronia sort of lore behind all of that. So this was a really good quest. It was the biggest quest we got in 2020, so it was really nice. A lot of those people who really do enjoy questing were really happy with this, and hopefully we do get a lot more quests in the future. Moving on to number 4, we have the release of RuneScape on Steam, which was released on October 14th of 2020. So this update, it isn't really a game update, but it did add a lot of new players into the game, which was really exciting for RuneScape 3. The player count had a pretty massive spike around October, which was because of Steam, and this did carry over for a few months, so it was really nice to see the impact Steam had on RuneScape 3. And I'm really happy with this update. It is one of my favorites of the year, which is why I put it at number 4. Moving on to number 3, we have the recent update of Raksha, which was added on December 7th. So Raksha is a brand new boss which was added into the game, and it is a lot of fun. It's a solo duo boss. It does have a lot of mechanics that you do have to learn, and it is probably one of my favorite bosses right now. I really do enjoy Raksha. It does have a lot of difficulty and a pretty steep learning curve as well. But this does make the boss really fun. It's pretty rewarding, as it does drop some new codexes with abilities. So along with this update, we didn't just get a boss, we got some brand new abilities, brand new boots, as well as brand new tier 90 boots, which you can upgrade the tier 70s into. So there was a lot to this update. It was a really great update to end off 2020. And hopefully we do get a lot of more boss-related updates in the future. I know we are supposed to get the Elder God Wars dungeon in 2021, so hopefully that will be just as exciting as the Raksha release. Moving on to number 2, we have the PvM Hub, which is arguably one of the best updates of 2020. Could even be considered the best update, but I did put it at number 2. So the PvM Hub was released in January of 2020, right at the beginning of the year. And in my opinion, this was probably one of the best quality of life updates Jagex has ever released into RuneScape 3. The PvM Hub offers players bossing portals, which will teleport you straight to the boss, which was much needed. That makes it so these boss portals aren't locked behind maxing, which before was a main reason why players wanted to max. It made it so PvM and skilling or maxing is a bit separated, which is really nice. You get some more portals to these bosses too that you can change automatically, one Reaper portal, and then of course the seasonal portal, which is always attuned to the boss that is the newest. So anyway, this is probably one of my favorite updates of 2020. It was just such a nice quality of life update, and even for players who aren't maxed, it gives them an opportunity to really get into bossing and not have to max before you get these bossing portals, which is just basically really important for bossing. You get the adrenaline crystals as well, and just quick, fast methods of travel to these bosses. And moving on to number 1, we have the brand new skill Archaeology, which was released into the game on March 30th of 2020. So Archaeology, as mentioned, is a brand new skill which was released. It also came with 5 new dig sites, which is brand new locations to explore. It came with brand new mysteries to uncover, which was so much fun when it first released. Just getting the whole community together as a whole to figure out all of the mysteries along with Archaeology was a ton of fun, and this skill really was made excellent. It was an excellent skill to make. It really does tie in a lot of the lore as well, and it also provides a lot of bonuses and connects a lot of different skills. So overall, this is my favorite update of the year. It just came with so much, even including the relics, which does offer bonuses or boosts to PvM and bossing. So it did just offer a lot, and is a really important skill in the game now, which I really do like. It was a nice refresher for the max players also, where they were able to have another skill to train and remax, which was a ton of fun for me personally. So anyway, guys, those are my top 10 updates of 2020. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys agree with my list, or if you would switch some up or add a different update in there instead. But anyway, guys, I really hope you did enjoy the video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.